In this question, we are trying to find the resultant between the two vectors shown, and the position of the two vectors is given as a true bearing. So the first vector, 10 meters per second, is recorded as having a bearing of 060 degrees. So in order to find or place that vector on the grid, we start at the true north tip of the y-axis, and that means that we have traveled in a clockwise direction, by 60 degrees by the time that we reach the vector. And so that puts that vector at 30 degrees from the x-axis, which is how we're used to measuring our vectors, the angle of our vectors. The other vector has a bearing of 240 degrees. So we're going to travel from the positive y-axis, and we're going to travel 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 60 more degrees before we get to that second vector. Now, as you can see, we have opposite angles where these two angles are equal, 60 degrees and 60 degrees. And so these two vectors line up on a straight angle of 180 degrees. So what we've created here is kind of a tug-of-war situation where we have a stronger vector in this direction having a tug-of-war with a weaker vector in the exactly opposite direction. The net result then is really just the stronger vector take away the weaker vector, and so we're left with a resultant of 5 meters per second, and that's going to also be in the same direction as the 10 meter per second vector, and so its bearing, remember, was 060 degrees.